Hey howdy, hey everyone, it is London and I am so excited to welcome you back to Happily Adventures After as we dive into our Hey Disney Give Me a Review on one of my favorite things in this world, the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. Oh, I am so excited for this week's edition because I love this party. As I said, it's one of my favorite things in this world. I'm not being dramatic. Truly, it is one of my favorite things in this world. I absolutely adore it. I look forward to it when we can go. It's not every year, but I have gone and I love it. I want to go every year. I want to celebrate all of Christmas in Disney. I am a big Christmas fanatic. I love, for instance, like Hallmark Christmas. I love Hallmark movies. I love Walt Disney World. I love Christmas. You combine all of those together and the Christmas party is it. I adore the Christmas party. But before we get into that, I want to talk about Hey Disney Give Me a Review for anyone who is new here. Because Hey Disney Give Me a Review is Happily Adventures After weekly series where we dive into all things of magic, wonder, and excitement of Walt Disney World and beyond Walt Disney World, so either off property or other Disney adventures like Disney Cruise Line and their experiences. Whether it be dining or attractions, or a seasonal event like Mickey's Very Merry, we are here to share our honest, heartfelt, and real thoughts so you can plan your most magical adventure. With that being said, as we're going to jump into it, it is extra special because we are unwrapping, get it, Christmas Unwrap, there we go, one of the most magical events in all of Walt Disney World, which is Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. So I live for Christmas. November 1st, I am all about Christmas music. If I could, I'd put decorations up. Now, a lot of people say they wait till Thanksgiving is over, and I know that's in the States. However, I'm Canadian, so our Thanksgiving is in October. And I use American Thanksgiving kind of as a checkpoint. I will not lie for the holiday switch, but in my opinion, November 1st is the switch off of fall, and we jump right into Christmas. I am all about it. And I fully believe that Main Street USA during the holidays is pretty much to as close as getting into a Hallmark movie because it is pure holiday perfection. It is cozy, it's nostalgic, it is sparkly, it is overflowing, it has Snope. That's snow, but it's made of soap. Get it? Snope. It's the best thing ever. They have cookies and hot cocoa, and it is the best. Even if you do not celebrate Christmas, I think that you will still love it because it gives you all of the holiday joy and feeling of happiness that, first of all, only Disney can, but at the same time, it just brings that like, oh, this is amazing feeling. Now, I may be wrong, but I do believe that even if you don't celebrate Christmas, this is a great time to visit. I don't just love this because I love all things Christmas, and I really do, but this event captures the hearts of so many, and it makes Disney so incredible during the holiday season. So, without further ado, let's get merry and dive into everything you need to know about Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. So, Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party is dun 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 an extra hours event. So for anybody who is wondering, yes, this is not included in your regular park ticket. This is an additional park ticket. So it's technically called a hard ticket or an extra ticketed event in which you purchase for the number of people in your party a ticket to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. Now these tickets are limited, so they only sell a certain number of tickets, and they usually come out during the summer. So July, August is usually when they announce the dates and when the tickets will go on sale. Tickets usually will sell out for the first date and the dates closer to Christmas, and they do have them periodically, let's say 2 to 3 nights a week in the beginning from early November through to those last few days before Christmas, and they do get more expensive as you get closer to Christmas and during usually the inaugural or first day. So it runs for this extra ticketed event from 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time through to 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, ticketed guests can enter the park, so Magic Kingdom Park, as early as 4 p.m. So you might be saying, how on earth does that happen? Well, Magic Kingdom's operational hours on an extra ticket event day, so either Mickey's Very Merry or Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, which runs in October and September, and funny enough, August. We kick it off in August. Don't understand that, but hey, I love the Halloween pumpkins. They're adorable. But any event like that, the park closes for day guests, so somebody who just buys a ticket to the Magic Kingdom, not this extra ticketed event or has an annual pass or something like that, they will close at 6 p.m. Remember how I said a ticketed guest to Mickey's Very Merry can get into the park at 4 p.m.? Well, in order to do that, you get a wristband to enter the park, and it is a specific color. They change the colors every night, so you can't use the wristband over and over. And you wear it on, I think it is your right wrist. A cast member will give it to you and anybody in your party who has that ticket at 4 p.m. starting then. And you can get it if you don't show up at 4 p.m. anytime after 4 p.m. You go through a separate entrance and they know who's a day guest and who's a party guest based on the wristbands. Plus, when you get there, you get a little trinket. So the year I went, I think it was about 2 to 3 years ago, we got an ornament. That was so fun. I keep those. I have all of those. And you get a special map for where all the event little things take place. It's really quite fun. So I love the Christmas party for that. I love the exclusivity, but I also love that they only sell a certain number of tickets. I believe it is, do not quote me on this number, 10,000. I think it's operational at 30 to 40% of max capacity. Now, capacity has increased over the time. I think more people have gotten to know about it. However, I do love this no matter what. The park's a little quieter. It's not as hot because it's at night, and you get all of the fun Christmassy things in there. So that is how you can get in from 7 p.m. to 12 a.m. on a Christmas party day once you purchase that ticket. Now let's dive into costs because nobody likes how much these are costing lately. The prices for 2025, as the time I'm recording this and it is posted on our blog, has not come out. However, they do vary by date and year, and they typically are ranging in between the $169 US to $225, I believe, US per adult. And that's not including sales tax, and I believe it is 7%. To about $10 less if you are a child ages 3 to 9. Anybody under the age of 3 is a guest of Mickey, and therefore it does not require an additional ticket. Now I will note, as I said, the first night and peak nights in December, especially or closer to Christmas, are going to be more expensive. So plan your day accordingly, because a family of 4 who are buying 4 park tickets for this extra event can easily spend $1,000 on this, US plus tax. As I said, I'm Canadian, so add a basically 0.45 exchange rate on that. If you are Canadian, you're up to about $1,400. It's not cheap. I will shell it out for this Christmas party, I will not lie. It's one of my things. Some people love Halloween. I do think this party is excessively expensive, and just touching back on this, we found a couple notebooks where we used to write out all of our little trip planning details, and it was for 2017, so 8 years ago. We were taking myself and my cousins. Everybody was over the age of 9. I looked at how much the tickets cost. They were $99 each. They have doubled plus some in 8 years, and that is not normal. I am not saying yes, do it because, I love Disney. I do think you need to do this once. If you are on the fence about it, do it. It is worth it. However, the prices are, I will say it from the rooftops, absolutely outlandish, and I think Disney's just capitalizing on that one. As a caveat, there are certain dates that annual pass holders and Disney Vacation Club, so DVC members, can get a discount. It's not a huge discount, it's like $10 off the ticket, but it's still a discount. So those are kind of the basics of what you need to know about the party. And always go to the website, so waltdisneyworld.com. I don't think it's actually waltdisneyworld.com, but the Walt Disney World website, it will give you more details on where the prices lay, just like when you purchase tickets. It gives you that. And I believe you can also see it in the My Disney Experience app. So those are kind of the basics of it. Now, let's get into why I love this. And here we go. It is because Magic Kingdom itself transforms during the party into a winter wonderland, even in the heat of Florida. It has snow flurries falling from Main Street, USA, Cinderella's castle with twinkling lights and projections, Christmas music playing around every corner. You have rare character interactions, complimentary treats, so cookies and things like hot cocoa and apple cider, a holiday atmosphere that you cannot find anywhere else. It's truly like stepping into a Disney-fied North Pole, with so much more included, from special parades to fireworks to dance parties to ride overlays. There is no shortage of things to do that are festive in those 5 hours. Now that we touched on that, let's touch on what's included in your park ticket. So you have the holiday parade. I love this. I will play this every holiday without a doubt. So it is Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas Time Parade, and it is the ultimate holiday spectacular. You'll see Mickey and Minnie in their festive finest, marching toy soldiers, gingerbread men, and Santa himself, gliding down Main Street, USA, while it snows. You also have holiday fireworks. Now, this is all respectively, it has happened in the past. I've seen these not come back randomly, and then they come back. So just want to let you know that beforehand, because nothing for 2025 has been announced. Holiday fireworks are Minnie's wonderful Christmas time fireworks show. It is a beautiful display that blends classic holiday music with jaw-dropping pyrotechnics and projections on Cinderella's castle. Next, we have live entertainment, which is absolutely impeccable. You'll find stage shows like Mickey's Most Merriest Celebration, say that 10 times fast, at Cinderella's castle. You have dance parties in Tomorrowland, roaming carolers throughout the park that just bring such a joy, a liveliness, and 110% Merry Christmas to Magic Kingdom. Did I say complimentary snacks? Because they do have them. Included in your park ticket, you have cookies and hot cocoa, and sometimes even apple cider, and it's the good stuff. That 7 years ago I was talking about where park tickets were less than half. Yeah, they had snow cones. I think I ate 10 in like 5 minutes. I don't know why. I loved it. It was great. It was a blue snow cone. Made my day. I was on a sugar high. I wish they would bring those back. They haven't, but I wish they did. So you'll find holiday treat stations throughout the park, and they're denoted by my favorite, the candy cane. It's a blow-up candy cane you'll see sitting outside either the attraction or the restaurant, usually a quick service restaurant, that is serving these. And you see just a little candy cane, you're like, oh, it's cookie time. Now, they do even have allergy-friendly options in recent years, so talk to them about that if you need allergy-friendly, from nuts to vegan to a soy or dairy. They will give you a token. You can redeem that token at a specific area. And so you can definitely learn more from the cast members or from guest relations when you step into the park. I think that is a great idea because not everybody can eat everything now. So I think it is wonderful they are being so aware of that. We want to also talk about ride overlays and low wait times, because attractions like Space Mountain, Jungle Cruise, which becomes Jingle Cruise, get holiday overlays. Plus, there are fewer guests in the park, so you can hop on popular attractions with significantly reduced wait times. When I was at Mickey's Very Merry in the past, I have ridden, for instance, Space Mountain, let's say. It usually has a 45-minute wait. Just in the day, let's say, I've even seen it go up to 2 hours, which is nuts. But let's say it had a 45-minute wait. I walked on, did it, walked right back off, did it again. It is that low, which is amazing. So if you're looking to nail out all of those big ticket attractions, let's say Tron Light Cycle Run, this will have a bigger wait, usually about 30 minutes. Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, Peter Pan, or something like the Jingle Cruise. Jingle Cruise does stay open all holiday long, so even day guests can get it. Do it. It is so much fun. You can do it with all these reduced wait times. You have all the holiday feels. It is spectacular. Space Mountain also projects red and green all over, and they do like a holiday music. It's really quite fun. I can't ride Space Mountain anymore. I became too much of an adult with equilibrium issues. You know how everybody's like, oh no, I can't ride that. Yeah, I became too much of an old person now. However, I still think it's very fun. They also do the teacups with Christmas overlays in the past, so I really do love it. There's also exclusive holiday merch and treats, so there's so many holiday themed merchandise, popcorn buckets, and party only snacks at an additional cost available throughout the night. Plus, there are incredible character meet and greets. So this is one of the few chances you'll get to meet characters in their holiday outfits, as well as rare characters we've seen in the past, like the Seven Dwarfs, Jack Skellington as Sandy Claus, and Scrooge McDuck. All of these to say, holy, Disney goes all out for this. I think they do such an impeccable job at Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, and all of the offerings that are included, even things like the park map or that little token of a Christmas party ornament, make the night extra special. And that is why I truly do love Mickey's Very Merry on that portion. Let's get into the pros and the cons for this Hey Disney Give Me a Review, because just like everything in life, there are pros and cons to everything. So, let's go. Pros. It is pure holiday magic. From the snowfall on Main Street to the carolers, the parades, the lights around every corner, and just the pure Christmas feel, it makes the park feel like a Christmas card meets Hallmark movie come to life. all of those complimentary treats, that's a pro. It's not just the cookies and cocoa. There are so many options throughout the night that you can experience, like the apple cider. And even though everyone, there is hot cocoa and there is cookies, all the cookies are different. So at some locations, you're going to get a different cookie. I think they have snickerdoodles, ginger molasses, chocolate chip. They all change at different locations. So you can go back for your favorite as many times because they're all refillable. Same with the hot cocoa. So stock up on those. Another pro is their entertainment is top tier. The parades and the fireworks are exclusive to the party. Now I will note, the parade does come out at Christmas, right on Christmas and right in that bridge between Christmas and New Year's. They will do that holiday parade at the party for day guests, just letting you know that. So it is exclusive, but it's not for that week. But that's once the Christmas season kind of kicks off in full force, right before Christmas and right after. However, all of that to say, the holiday offerings are some of Disney's finest. The ride wait times are also low, which is an impeccable pro. If you plan it right, you can knock out several major attractions with very minimal wait times. Plus, there's even early entry. Entering the park at 4 p.m. with a park ticket gives you 8+ hours of Magic Kingdom time. May I suggest you this on this pro? Here's a pro tip in a pro. Well, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to park at the Magic Kingdom Ticket and Transportation Center. You're going to want to then, and that would be, let's say, about 2 o'clock, you're going to want to go to a resort on the Magic Kingdom monorail loop. So either the Contemporary, the Polynesian, or the Grand Floridian, or even taking that boat or ferry over via, oh my goodness, it's not a ferry, it's a water taxi, my apologies, over to the Wilderness Lodge. You're going to want to get your dinner, either table service or quick service here, but it's kind of like a dinner, so a lunch and a dinner. Grab that, then come on over to the Magic Kingdom at 4 p.m. Get your wristband and plan it right. That way you don't waste any of that park time that you have, for instance, on that day, and you haven't had a park ticket, you haven't done anything else in that day, to then move forward and go from 4 p.m. onward. Now, the holiday overlays won't be on the attractions at 4 p.m. It will start at 7 p.m. However, I think it is a great option to go grab some dinner. We do this all the time. Grab some lunch, dinner somewhere else on the monorail loop. That way you are just in close proximity. Make it to the Magic Kingdom for 4 p.m. Go into the park, grab your wristband, either at the front of the park or if you're an annual pass holder, how you can get into the gates during normal hours. Go into the gates, find the people who are there. So those cast members are already giving them out at the designated locations. Now, as a note, if you already spent the day into Magic Kingdom, you can grab your ticket and your wristband in Magic Kingdom. I forgot to tell you that. So sorry. Just look for the cast members that are handing them out that day. They're very easy to spot. They come out around 4 p.m. So grab those tickets and your wristband and away you go. I wouldn't suggest using a Lightning Lane multi-pass, seeing as you can only purchase for those 3 attractions. In that time, you're not going to get the most out of your money, and Magic Kingdom is the most expensive. So go for things that don't have a holiday overlay and that you want to do. And then that way, boom, party happens. You can get on anything you want with those minimal wait times. The only caveat would be Tron if you wanted to buy an individual Lightning Lane, or Seven Dwarfs Mine Train for an individual Lightning Lane. That way it's in and you've done it. However, I wouldn't recommend purchasing them that day. Total side note. So my pro tip is start in the Magic Kingdom area early, get into the park, and just run with it. Have so much fun, and then you can bang out what you want in those 3-ish hours, and then see all the holiday things you want. So those are our pros, all right? There are cons. Just like everything in life, there are cons. First con is blatantly obvious. It is pricey. No sugarcoating it. For a family, as I said, a family of 4, this is going to be over $1,000 this year during peak season. That can add up very quickly, especially around the Christmas week if you're going then. Holy moly. Or Thanksgiving week. Ooh, it is expensive. So you have to see if it is in your budget to either add this onto your park days. So if you already had 4 days in the park, is it worth doing a 5th? Is it worth doing a 3-day ticket and this is your Magic Kingdom day? Whatever it is, you have to see if it's right for you. Do I suggest you go to it? Oh, yes. Would I suggest you sacrifice a Magic Kingdom day for it and get a 3-day ticket, for instance? Yes. Do I think it is worth the cost? Yes, but no. Like I said, 8 years ago, it was less than half the cost. So you need to see if it is worth it for you. I love this. We don't go all the time, so I really do make an effort to, if we are down there, go for it. However, it's pricey. If I lived in the Orlando area, you bet I would be going to it probably multiple times a year. However, with flights, with travel, with all of that, we know how expensive it is. So you have to see, is it worth it in your budget? Do that cost analysis and see if it is for you. Another con is crowds can be still intense. So it is a limited ticketed event. However, in certain parts of the area on a sold out party night, especially on Main Street, it can feel packed and it can feel overwhelming like Magic Kingdom gets. So just noting that, it's not like you're gonna have the park to yourself. It can still be a little bit crowded in certain areas at certain times, especially for instance when a parade lets out or if a fireworks show is there, it's still going to be a lot of people. So just knowing that as you go in, it's not like you have the park to yourself. Another con with good old Florida here is that the weather can be unpredictable. Florida in the winter can be hot. I was there, for instance, in December 2019. It was, I'm going to do this in Celsius for everybody. I apologize for anybody who's listening, who's in the US. It was 5 degrees the night we arrived. So we arrived that night, the next day. We arrived that night, went to Animal Kingdom. It was pants weather. And by the evening, and when we were leaving Animal Kingdom, I checked my phone because I was freezing and it was 5 degrees outside. I needed a jacket. It was so cold. Now, it proceeded for 2 days. I even remember I had washed my hair and then done braids. So I had my hair in French braids. And my braids were frozen that night because it was wet. We had come from the airport and then gone to dinner the night we got there. And then the next night we did Animal Kingdom. When I did my hair the night we got there, it was so cold going back and forth. My hair was wet and frozen. I'm not even kidding. Now, 2 days later, I had brought strategically only pants for this. Nope. And the weather, I will note, even said it would be chilly, respectively. It's Florida. So I brought pants. I was dying of heat. It ended up being 32 degrees that day. I remember the temperature distinctly because it was so wild. It did cool off in the evening and I could wear a sweater and pants once we went to the Christmas party. That was actually the day of the Christmas party that we went. However, being it was my only outfit, yeah, it was warm. So weather can be unpredictable. So it can be hot. It can also be very, very cold. It can be rainy. You can get a monsoon rainstorm. I'm being dramatic, but you can get that. You can get all of that where they even have to give out and have in the past rain vouchers for rain checks basically for the party because it rained so much and it was I don't want to say undoable, but it was bad. I've seen that be posted online. So take that all in one day basically and note that it is unpredictable. You may be packing shorts, you might be packing pants, you might be packing rain gear, you might not. All of that, it can be very unpredictable, especially in early November. So bring layers, bring all that, be prepared. Lastly, you're on a limited time, and that's a con. So the event itself is only 5 hours long. Yes, you get those extra 3 hours of park, but all of the ride overlays, the characters, the treats, etc. do not start then. So plan your priorities ahead of time and make the most of those 5 hours to make it the best party you can be. And if you're really doing a cost benefit, you want to stay for that extra time. So until midnight, I will not, because I am not one of those people who can make it to midnight. I am asleep. However, it's short. So plan your time accordingly and see if you can make it that long to get all of your time out of it. Now that we talked about the pros and cons, we talked about the event, we talked about the holiday feel, let's get into our final thoughts. Well, what do I give this? A solid 5+ out of 5 rating. This is the best. If I could rate it over 5, I would. For me, Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party is not just an event. It is a full-on experience and one of the best in Walt Disney World. Yes, it is very expensive, especially in 2025. However, I think it's truly worth it. Yes, can it be crowded? But it again is super worth it, especially if you love Christmas probably half as much as I do. It's festive, it's magical, and it's filled with that kind of joy that only Disney can deliver. So if you're looking to treat yourself and your family and friends to something truly unforgettable this holiday season or any holiday season, Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party is my top pick. So for instance, if you were going back and forth between Jollywood Nights and Mickey's Very Merry, I would hands down pick Mickey's Very Merry. I think they do a phenomenal job. Not that it's a diss to Jollywood Nights. I just think Mickey's Very Merry is so much more Christmas. From the snow on Main Street to the final fireworks show, this is Christmas cheer wrapped up with Disney magic all in one. And I would not want to spend the holidays anywhere else. I will say this very loud and proud. I love Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. Every year that I go, I'm reminded as to why this is truly one of the most magical events in Walt Disney World and Disneyland and. I truly think the only thing that could potentially rival this is a Disney cruise around the holidays, just because you are engulfed in so much Disney. I truly think if you plan your time carefully and you fit everything in that you want to fit into this experience, and you're a fan of Disney, and you're a fan of Hallmark, basically, because it is stepping into a Hallmark movie, and you are a Christmas fan like me, this holiday event is pure bliss from start to finish. Even start is planning it, because it is so good and so exciting. There's truly something enchanting about sipping on hot cocoa, even if it's 90 degrees, while the snow is falling on Main Street, eating your cookie while waving at Santa during the parade, and watching Minnie's fireworks spectacular light up the sky to Christmas music. It's cozy, it's nostalgic, but it's also lively and exciting, and it is truly the kind of celebration that makes you feel like a little kid at Christmas again. And isn't that what Disney does best? And it is especially displayed during the holidays. Even though it's expensive, I truly think this party offers a real value for what you get. Between the exclusive shows and entertainment, the rare characters, the free snacks, complimentary snacks, and the opportunity to experience Magic Kingdom in a completely unique way, this party is truly amazing. If you're considering attending, I truly say go for it at least once. Whether it's your first time or 10th time to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, I believe it is 100% worth it. I would do this over the Halloween party time and time again, but again, Christmas is my holiday. There is truly something so unique about Christmas and Disney combined that I just cannot get over it. So that itself is why I truly do recommend you do Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. Well, everyone, that is it for this Hey Disney Give Me a Review on Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. We are so excited to review this. I've been waiting for this. I know it is July, but usually they release the dates in July, so that's why I wanted to prep you in case you were planning your trip. I love this, and I truly hope you do too, because it's a favorite holiday event of mine and one I will recommend to anybody until the cows come home for Christmas. Clarabelle Cow, that is, because she makes an appearance. So that is why we give this a 5 out of 5 at Mickey's Very Merry, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. Let me know in the comments here, over on our Instagram, which is at Happily Adventures After, and with a corresponding blog post, which is on happillyadventuresafter.com. So please check all of those out. Subscribe, follow, and do what you need to do to keep enjoying the Disney magic with us here at Happily Adventures After. I'm London. I hope you have a blessed and magical day. Bye. See you real soon.